Hey legends, welcome back to The Reasons Why. Today we're breaking down why the Google Pixel 10 Pro XL is better than the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And trust me, this one's gonna ruffle some Apple feathers. From AI magic to camera sorcery, Pixel's flexing hard in 2025. Buckle up because we've got 21 savage reasons why the Pixel dunks on the iPhone. Let's get into it. Pixel's AI is leagues ahead of Siri's dad jokes. Google's AI on the Pixel 10 Pro XL is like having an overachieving genius in your pocket, while Siri still feels like that one friend who only shows up to the group chat to tell corny jokes. Need to edit a photo, transcribe audio, or even summarize an entire email? Pixel's AI tools do it instantly, like magic, but nerdier. Siri, on the other hand, can barely set a timer without asking, "Which device did you mean?" Pixel owners get features like real-time call screening, live translation that actually works, and AI photo editing that lets you erase that random dude photobombing your beach selfie. Apple's intelligent assistant feels more like a hall monitor. Pixel's AI feels like Iron Man's JARVIS. And the best part? Google rolls these tools straight into the phone, no waiting years for Apple to repackage them as revolutionary at the next keynote. Better camera software turns average shots into masterpieces. The Pixel 10 Pro XL doesn't just take photos, it straight up paints masterpieces. Google's computational photography has been schooling the entire industry for years, and the Pixel 10 Pro XL pushes it even further. Apple might brag about megapixels, but Pixel flexes with pure wizardry. AI-powered image processing that makes low-light shots look like they were captured with a Hollywood lighting rig. That blurry pic of your dog mid-zoomie, Pixel sharpens it into an action poster, accidentally photobombed by some random dude eating a hot dog. Magic Eraser says delete, and it's like he never existed. Even skin tones, historically botched by phone cameras, are nailed with Google's real tone tech, giving natural, balanced results across all shades. Meanwhile, the iPhone's photonic engine sounds fancy, but too often it just cranks up saturation like an overzealous Instagram filter. With Pixel, you're not just snapping memories, you're producing content worthy of billboards. Apple might win at marketing, but when it comes to the actual photos, Pixel quietly dunks on the iPhone every single time. Hold up, your turn to jump in. Drop your funniest or most savage reason why the Pixel 10 Pro XL destroys the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And yeah, we're watching because the best clapbacks will be featured in our Users Edition, so make it spicy. Unlimited photo editing magic built in, no extra apps needed. With the Pixel 10 Pro XL, you don't need to download 5 different editing apps or pay for a pro subscription just to fix a picture. The phone comes stacked with editing tools right out of the box. Want to erase your ex from that vacation photo? Boom! Magic Eraser has your back. Got a group shot where everyone blinked? Best Take lets you swap faces until everyone looks Instagram ready. Accidentally tilted the skyline? Pixel fixes it in a tap. It's like carrying around Photoshop, but without the 15 layers of confusion and monthly Adobe bills. Meanwhile, on the iPhone 17 Pro Max, you're stuck juggling between Apple Photos' basic sliders and expensive third-party apps. And sure, iPhone users love bragging about cinematic mode, but when you're spending half your time trying to fix that weird blur around someone's head, it doesn't feel so cinematic anymore. Pixel users, they edit faster than an influencer on a deadline, all inside the stock app. No subscriptions, no hassle, just clean, pro-level results. Basically, with Pixel, your camera roll is your content studio. Real customizability instead of Apple's, you get what we give you. Owning a Pixel 10 Pro XL feels like driving a car where you actually control the steering wheel. Owning an iPhone, more like riding a Disney monorail. Smooth ride, but you're stuck on the tracks Apple laid out. With Pixel, you can tweak everything. Your home screen layout, widgets, colors, app grid, even the way your lock screen clock looks. Want a neon pink keyboard with anime GIFs on standby? Done. Prefer a minimalist, productivity-driven home screen with AI-suggested shortcuts? Easy. Meanwhile, iPhone users had to wait until 2020 just to add widgets. And even now, their customization feels like Apple saying, fine, but only in this corner and only our way. Android, and especially the Pixel flavor of it, has been about choice since day one. Apple fans defend their uniformity by calling it polished. But let's be real, it's just boring. The Pixel 10 Pro XL doesn't just let you use your phone, it lets you own it. iPhone tells you what your phone should be. Pixel asks, "Okay, boss, how weird do you want this?" Battery life that actually lasts, not just in Apple commercials. Pixel 10 Pro XL's battery is built for real life, not just glossy ad campaigns. Google didn't just throw in a big cell, they paired it with adaptive AI smarts that learn your habits. Translation: your phone knows when you doom scroll TikTok at 1 a.m. and when you just need Google Maps for the morning commute, and it manages power accordingly. You get a battery that stretches through your chaos, not one that taps out midday because you dare to use Instagram, Spotify, and Google Maps in the same hour. iPhone 17. Pro Max owners, meanwhile, love to flex battery benchmarks, but ask them how their phone feels after 6 months of iOS updates quietly draining juice like a vampire. Spoiler, it's charger hunting by dinner. And don't even start with Apple's battery health notifications. Nothing like your $1,200 phone scolding you that it's already aging. Pixel just does the job. No drama, no 3 p.m. panic searches for an outlet. It's the difference between a marathon runner and someone who talks about running marathons while lying on the couch. USB-C without Apple tax cables. The Pixel 10 Pro XL ships with USB-C, the universal plug that basically runs the world now. Laptops, tablets, headphones, chargers, it all works. No dongles, no drama. Meanwhile, Apple finally gave in and put USB-C on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But of course, they couldn't resist sprinkling in that sweet Apple tax. Different data speeds depending on which model you bought, special cables you have to use, and that classic smug ecosystem lock-in. Pixel owners don't have to worry about whether their charger is Pro-certified by Cupertino. Any solid USB-C cable works. Fast charging, fast data, done. And guess what? If you lose one, you don't need to take out a small loan to replace it. Apple loves to act like adding USB-C was a gift, but Pixel users have been living in that future for years. Bottom line, Google gives you a standard. Apple gives you homework. More screen, less notch drama. The Pixel 10 Pro XL delivers a clean, immersive display where your content actually takes center stage. Apple, still clinging to the infamous notch saga, trying to sell it as a dynamic island like it's some vacation spot instead of a design compromise. On Pixel, the selfie cam is tucked away so subtly you almost forget it's there, leaving you with a full, uninterrupted canvas for movies, games, or scrolling through memes at 2 a.m. Apple fans might argue their notch has functionality. But let's be honest, it mostly functions as a giant forehead staring at you while you binge Netflix. Google's OLED panel doesn't just look bigger, it feels bigger, with higher refresh rates and smoother animations that make iOS seem like it's lagging behind in slow motion. If your phone is a window into your digital life, the Pixel gives you a panoramic view. The iPhone gives you a window with a chunk bitten out of it. Faster charging that doesn't take all night. The Pixel 10 Pro XL charges like it's had 3 espressos. Plug it in for a quick boost, and you're already halfway back to full before your iPhone-owning friend even finds their Lightning to USB-C to wall brick combo pack. Google gives you fast wired charging and solid wireless options. So whether you're rushing out the door or dropping it on a pad overnight, you're covered. Meanwhile, Apple is still crawling, keeping iPhone charging speeds conservative, because heaven forbid you juice up your phone in under an hour without buying a separate high-watt brick straight from Cupertino. Pixel users just don't have to think about it. No math, no cable scavenger hunt, no optimized charging pop-ups trying to convince you that waiting 3 hours for a full charge is somehow a feature. It's 2025, and Pixel treats charging like a convenience. Apple treats it like a luxury service you're lucky to have. If the smartphone race is about speed, Pixel sprints. iPhone jogs while holding a latte. Android flexibility beats iOS walled garden. The Pixel 10 Pro XL thrives on freedom. Want to install apps from outside the Play Store? Go for it. Want to change your default browser, messaging app, or even your whole launcher? Easy. Pixel gives you the digital equivalent of an open highway. No toll booths, no gatekeepers. iPhone 17. Pro Max, on the other hand, lives in Apple's carefully fenced playground. Sure, it's pretty, but you're stuck with what they decide is best for you. Default apps, Apple's App Store, Apple's rules, file transfers. Better hope everyone else is on iMessage, or you're stuck emailing yourself photos like it's 2007. The Pixel 10 Pro XL plays nice with basically everything. Windows PCs, third-party accessories, even weird niche apps that Apple would ban before they finish loading. iPhone's walled garden isn't about security anymore, it's about control. With Pixel, you don't just use your phone, you actually own it. With iPhone, you're renting permission from Apple. Google's updates are smarter, not just shinier. When the Pixel 10 Pro XL gets an update, it's not just a new wallpaper and a slightly different shade of blue for your icons. It's a full-on brain upgrade. Google ships AI-driven features straight to your phone every month with Pixel Drops, smarter call screening, new camera tricks, upgraded speech recognition, even little life hacks like better at-a-glance widgets. The Pixel evolves like a Pokémon, constantly leveling up in the background. Apple, on the other hand, drops giant iOS updates once a year with tons of hype, but most of the new features are things Android users have had for years, rebranded with shiny Apple marketing. And let's not forget, Apple loves to stop giving the coolest updates to slightly older iPhones, nudging you toward another $1,200 purchase. Pixel users, meanwhile, know their device is designed to stay fresh, and even if the hardware is a year old, Google keeps pumping it with new tricks. Updates on iPhone are like fashion shows, all spectacle, less substance. Updates on Pixel are like free upgrades to your car. Suddenly, it drives faster, smarter, better. Better bang for your buck, not just luxury branding. The Pixel 10 Pro XL gives you flagship specs without making you feel like you've been robbed at gunpoint. Google packs in premium hardware, next-gen AI features, and top-tier cameras, all for a price that doesn't demand you sell your car. The iPhone 17 Pro Max, meanwhile, is basically Apple saying, "Congrats, you bought the logo." You're not paying for a better phone, you're paying for the privilege of joining their luxury club. Half of the cost is marketing, half is ecosystem lock-in, and somewhere in the middle is the actual phone. Pixel fans know their money goes into features that matter, like absurdly good cameras, smarter software, and genuinely useful AI tools. With Apple, you're constantly nickel and dimed. No fast charger in the box, overpriced accessories, $200 for an extra 128 gigabytes of storage. Pixel users laugh while Apple users defend spending Ferrari money for Toyota features. At the end of the day, the Pixel 10 Pro XL is proof you don't need to take out a loan just to own innovation. iPhone? That's just paying extra for bragging rights. Fingerprint sensor plus face unlock equals choice, not limitation. The Pixel 10 Pro XL treats security like a buffet. You get options. Prefer the convenience of face unlock? It's lightning fast and works even if you grew a beard overnight. Want the reliability of a fingerprint sensor? Boom! It's right there under the display, ready when your sunglasses or mask make face unlock freak out. Apple, meanwhile, still insists that Face ID is the one true way. And sure, it's slick when it works, but sneeze while wearing a mask, or try unlocking your iPhone in bed at a weird angle, and suddenly you're stuck punching in a passcode like it's 2010? Pixel's dual approach means you're never locked out of your own device because the phone didn't recognize you with messy hair. Security should be about you choosing how you want to unlock your phone, not about Apple deciding what's elegant. With Pixel, you get flexibility. With iPhone, you get a locked door and a smug "it just works" that half the time doesn't. Actual AI tools for daily life, not just buzzwords. The Pixel 10 Pro XL isn't just AI-powered because it sounds cool on a spec sheet. It actually uses AI in ways that make your life easier every single day. Call screening answers spam calls for you like a digital bouncer. Live Translate breaks down language barriers in real time, making it feel like you've got a United Nations interpreter in your pocket. Recorder transcribes meetings, lectures, or random shower thoughts instantly, and you can search them like Google Docs. The Pixel even predicts what you're about to do and gives you shortcuts before you think to ask. Meanwhile, Apple talks about neural engines and machine learning, but mostly uses them for animojis, or slightly smoother slow-motion video. iPhone's AI feels like a sideshow, Pixel's AI feels like the main act. And the best part? These tools keep evolving with software drops, so your phone just gets smarter over time. With Pixel, AI isn't a buzzword, it's a daily superpower. With iPhone, it's just another bullet point for the keynote slideshow. More storage options without selling a kidney. The Pixel 10 Pro XL doesn't treat storage like a luxury item, it treats it like a basic necessity. You get generous options right out of the gate, plus easy integration with Google Photos and Google Drive for seamless cloud backups. Need more space? You're not paying Apple's ransom pricing of $200 just to jump from 256 gigabytes to 512 gigabytes. With Pixel, you can manage your storage intelligently, automatically clearing duplicates and old junk with AI, while still having plenty of room for your endless TikToks, 4K videos, and photo spam. Apple's strategy, on the other hand, is pure upsell theater. They'll happily sell you a 128GB base iPhone in 2025, knowing full well you'll be paying extra for iCloud storage within a week, and then paying forever. Pixel users get actual choice and affordability. iPhone users, they're stuck in Apple's storage trap, where every tap feels like a checkout screen. Pixel lets you keep your memes and your money. iPhone makes you pick one. Headphone freedom. Adapters not required. The Pixel 10 Pro XL embraces modern audio without making you jump through hoops. Want to use USB-C headphones? Easy. Bluetooth buds. Any brand works. Fancy over-ear cans with a DAC? Plug them in and go. Meanwhile, Apple axed the headphone jack years ago and turned it into a sales pitch for AirPods. And sure, AirPods are fine, but the point is you have to buy into Apple's ecosystem if you want the smoothest experience. Lose one AirPod? That'll be $89, please. Try to use cheaper wireless buds? Get ready for random disconnects and feature lockouts. Pixel gives you options. If you've got a drawer full of headphones collected over the years, they all still work. No $10 dongle hanging off your phone like an electronic tail. No being funneled into a $250 magical earbud purchase. The Pixel 10 Pro XL says, bring whatever headphones you want, we'll handle it. The iPhone 17 Pro Max says, hope you enjoy our store. One is freedom. The other is a checkout counter. Always on display that's actually useful. The Pixel 10 Pro XL's always on display is like a loyal sidekick that never stops working for you. Time, weather, notifications, even now playing that magically identifies the song in the background. It's all right there without you lifting a finger. Apple finally brought always on display to the iPhone after years of pretending it wasn't needed, but they managed to make it feel half-baked. On the iPhone 17 Pro Max, it's basically just your lock screen dimmed, draining battery while showing you stuff you could have seen with a tap anyway. Pixel takes it further. It's smart, efficient, and customizable. You decide what stays visible, and the phone adapts so it doesn't become a power hog. Plus, that Now Playing feature is the flex of the century. Pixel users casually know every background track in a coffee shop, while iPhone users are still fumbling to open Shazam. Always on display is supposed to be useful, not decorative. Pixel nailed that years ago. Apple's still trying to convince people theirs isn't just a glorified nightlight. Widgets that aren't a decade late to the party. The Pixel 10 Pro XL treats widgets like a power tool, not a party favor. Need your calendar, weather, to-do list, and music controls all on one screen? Done. Want a massive clock widget front and center? Easy. Pixel's widgets are flexible, interactive, and deeply integrated with apps. Apple, meanwhile, only got serious about widgets in 2020, and even now, they feel like Fisher-Price versions compared to Androids. iPhone widgets look nice, but are mostly static. They don't do much besides take up space and look aesthetic. Pixel's widgets are functional. You can control music, scroll emails, or even see live scores without opening an app. And because Google's been perfecting them for over a decade, developers actually build useful ones instead of afterthoughts. iPhone users still act like they discovered fire every time Apple adds a new widget option. Pixel owners, they've been running entire digital lives off widgets since before Apple even admitted they existed. In short, Pixel's widgets work. iPhone's widgets pose for Instagram. No iCloud ransom vibes. Google Photos is friendlier. Pixel 10 Pro XL users get the blessing of Google Photos, which actually feels like a photo service built for you, not Apple's bottom line. Backups happen automatically, sharing is seamless, and AI search makes finding that one beach trip photo with a red hat ridiculously easy. Meanwhile, iPhone owners are constantly getting those passive-aggressive pop-ups. Your iCloud storage is full. Upgrade now? It's like Apple's holding your memories hostage until you cough up 99 cents a month. Forever. And don't even try sharing large batches of photos with non-iPhone friends. It's a headache wrapped in green bubbles. Pixel users can fire off albums with a single link, no barriers, no guilt trips. Plus, Google Photos has built-in editing magic that actually makes your library better over time. Apple Photos just exists. With Pixel, your photo memories are secure, searchable, and easy to share. With iPhone, your photos feel like they live on layaway. Pixel is freedom. iPhone is a ransom note with a fruit logo. Dual SIM flexibility beats Apple's eSIM dictatorship. The Pixel 10 Pro XL gives you options: physical SIM, eSIM, or both. That means you can rock two numbers on the same phone: work and personal, local SIM and travel SIM, whatever fits your lifestyle. Heading abroad? Just pop in a cheap local card and avoid getting fleeced by roaming charges. Meanwhile, the iPhone 17 Pro Max is stuck in Apple's favorite position, telling you what's best for you. In many regions, it's eSIM only, which sounds futuristic until you're stuck at an airport kiosk arguing with a carrier that doesn't support it. Pixel lets you adapt to any situation. iPhone forces you into a future that's not evenly distributed yet, and you pay the price. Apple frames it as streamlined, but in reality, it's just another way to tighten their grip on your options. Dual SIM on Pixel is about freedom. eSIM only on iPhone is about control. And honestly, nothing screams luxury like being stranded without service because your carrier isn't playing by Apple's rules. Durability that doesn't shatter from a short fall. The Pixel 10 Pro XL is built like it actually expects to be used in the real world, where phones fall off desks, slip out of pockets, or get dropped face first onto the sidewalk. Google packs in Gorilla Glass Victus and reinforced aluminum that can take daily abuse without turning your $1,000 phone into modern art. Meanwhile, Apple's iPhone 17 Pro Max still has that classic feature, the dramatic slow-motion shatter. Apple brags about ceramic shield every year, yet somehow iPhone screens keep breaking if they so much as look at concrete. Repair costs? Don't ask. They'll run you hundreds, plus weeks of waiting if you don't live near an Apple store. Pixel? Easier repair options, more durable build, and a design that says, yes, I know you're clumsy, it's fine. iPhone says, you should have bought AppleCare. At the end of the day, the Pixel 10 Pro XL is a phone made for life. The iPhone 17 Pro Max is a phone made for bubble wrap. Pixel fans flex innovation, not just a logo. Owning a Pixel 10 Pro XL is like being part of a movement, one that values innovation over brand clout. Pixel fans brag about features that actually matter: AI tools that save time, cameras that redefine smartphone photography, and software updates that keep adding value. It's about showing off what the phone does, not just what fruit is stamped on the back. Meanwhile, iPhone 17 Pro Max owners mostly flex the logo itself, pulling out their device like it's a designer handbag. Apple's marketing has convinced people that buying an iPhone is a lifestyle, but it's really just buying into conformity. Pixel users, on the other hand, enjoy being ahead of the curve. They get the features Apple fans will only see 3 years later, repackaged as revolutionary. With the Pixel, you don't have to explain why it's impressive. You just hand it to someone and let the magic speak for itself. Pixel fans flex brains and creativity. iPhone fans flex branding. And in 2025, innovation beats logo worship every single time. Thanks for watching, Legends! Now it's your move. Drop your savage arguments in the comments and make your case for Team Pixel or Team iPhone. And hey, if you loved this showdown, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the next battle. This is the Reasons Why. Epic debates, legendary comments.